Have you ever thought about like how tough it would be to be, like an ER doctor? I
Bro,
mean, talk about pressure, right?
Explain.
Making those like split-second decisions that are literally life or death. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know about you, but I'm fascinated by stuff like that. And, our listeners, they love to get a deep understanding of how things work.
that's right.
And today we're going to dive into something pretty cool that tackles that very thing.
Yeah, we're looking at Eon Reality.
Yeah.
They're really pushing the boundaries with AI and VR and AR for learning. And they just dropped these super comprehensive mission dialogues for their decision simulator,
Oh, wow.
which is designed to train professionals for exactly those crazy high-stakes scenarios we were just talking about.
So basically, we're talking about using like cutting edge tech to actually like build those critical decision making skills.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and the one we're zeroing in on today is their Code Blue hospital triage scenario.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We've got insights from Jan Gallstrom, who's Eon Reality's CTO, Jessica Martinez, their Director of Educational Partnerships.
Okay.
And to give us that real-world perspective,
Hmm.
we've got a quote from Dr. Sophia Chen, who's an ER chief.
Oh, wow.
So our mission today is to really break down, like, what makes this simulator tick?
Yeah.
What's its educational impact, and how does it help people develop those really crucial skills, but, like, super efficiently?
So like I'm getting the sense that we're going way beyond just, reading a textbook here.
Right. It's about getting that experience.
It's hands-on.
Exactly. And Jan Kallstrom talks about how these dialogues, they use these narratives
Uh-huh.
that are really engaging to actually like bring that whole decision-making process to life.
Okay.
Like, it's not just about knowing what to do on paper. It's about practicing it under pressure.
Yeah, like a flight simulator for doctors.
Exactly. Like, think about how pilots train for emergencies.
Right.
They hope they'll never face, well, this is kind of aiming for that same kind of impact in medicine.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And this code blue scenario, like it throws you right into the hot seat.
Oh, yeah, you're in the thick of it.
You're an ER doc.
Yep.
Faced with this mass casualty event. And, Dr. Chen said something that really stuck with me.
Yeah.
She said, in emergency medicine, outcomes are directly tied to the decisions made in those first few minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's so true.
It's intense.
It is, and that's the reality this simulator captures.
Yeah, it's
And Jessica Martinez, she highlighted that this approach is actually really backed up by research.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like studies show that when it comes to learning professional skills,
Okay.
this kind of narrative-driven, problem-based learning is way more effective than just passively absorbing information.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's like taking those abstract medical protocols and transforming them into this like compelling, realistic emergency.
I like that.
Yeah. And because you're seeing the consequences of your decisions right there in the simulation,
Uh-huh.
it just creates a much stronger learning experience.
So walk me through this a little bit. So it's not just like, okay, here's VR goggles, go save some lives.
Yeah. No. It's way more structured than that.
Okay.
There are several like key components.
Okay.
So first off, you've got these expert avatar guides.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So it's like having this virtual mentor right there with you, guiding you through the tough medical calls.
Okay.
And then it uses this decision-based learning
Okay.
with multiple choice points. And you get feedback that actually explains why the right choices are the right choices.
So it's teaching you the reasoning behind it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just about picking the right answer.
Yeah.
It's about understanding the why.
Okay.
And the AI that powers the avatar is really sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
It uses these decision trees based on real medical protocols. So the guidance is super nuanced.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and then to make it even more real,
Uh-huh.
you're in this fully immersive virtual ER.
Oh,
So it really feels like you're there.
that's got to be powerful.
Yeah, and the missions, they get progressively more complex as you go.
Oh.
So you can like gradually build your skills.
I like how it's structured.
Yeah, it's designed that way. And Knallstrom mentioned how important it was to get input from medical experts and educators and even narrative designers.
That makes sense.
Yeah, to make sure it's both accurate and engaging.
Right, because you need both.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the whole focus is on developing those core skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rapid triage resource allocation,
Mm-hmm.
picking the right interventions quickly, and just constantly balancing the needs of multiple patients in those like crucial first moments.
So how do they actually measure if someone's improving?
Right. It's not just about feeling like you were there.
Right.
They've got these detailed performance metrics.
Oh, okay.
So there's a whole scoring system that evaluates the quality of your decisions.
Huh.
And you get feedback on your clinical reasoning.
Okay.
And you even see like visually how your choices are impacting the virtual patients.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it tracks your skill development over time.
So it's a training tool and an assessment tool in one package.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think it really brings to life what Jessica Martinez was saying about narrative-driven learning.
Yeah.
You see how all these elements work together?
Yeah.
It reminds me of how flight simulators changed the game for pilots.
Yeah.
Like, is this going to have that kind of impact on medical education?
I mean, it seems like it could.
Yeah, it could.
That's pretty impressive.
It is, and it really highlights how important it is to actively engage with realistic problems in a structured environment
Okay.
if you want to develop real professional competence.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
So to recap, we're talking about the Eon and Decision Simulator, specifically the Code Blue scenario.
Right.
You're guided by expert avatars.
Yep.
It's all about decision-based learning with instant feedback.
Uh-huh. You're in this immersive virtual environment,
Right.
and the difficulty ramps up as you progress.
And the goal is to hone those key skills like triage and resource management and making quick decisions under pressure.
That's it.
And of course, it's all backed by that detailed performance evaluation system.
Yeah, it's all right there.
So it's basically moving beyond just knowing the information to being able to actually apply it.
Exactly. It's about taking that knowledge and turning it into real skills that you can use in the field.
I think this is huge. It really makes you think, like, what other fields could benefit from this kind of immersive training?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you think about first responders, firefighters, police officers, anyone who has to make those critical decisions on the fly.
Absolutely. Anyone in those high-pressure roles.
Definitely worth thinking about. And, you know, if you're intrigued by this stuff, I'd say check out Eon Reality's work.
Yeah, they've got a lot going on.
You can find more through their podcast and their spoken blog.
It's really interesting stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Food for thought for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, that's about all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It was a great discussion.
It was awesome. I learned a lot.
Me too.
See you next time.
See you later.